Si c'est un seul chant, moi capable de chanter, mais qui chante moi pour toute l'éternité. Jésus lui-même, c'est bataille merveilleuse. Alors content, moi Jésus lui-même, Jésus lui-même, Jésus lui-même. Alors content, moi Jésus lui-même, Jésus lui-même, tout le temps.
I'm Larry Moore, and I have had the privilege to serve as the Haiti Foundation of Hope Board President for 14 years, starting with the inception of the organization and up until 2019. First got to know the Haitian people through Joe and Linda Markee, who are not only the founders of the foundation, but they happen to be my in-laws. So I have been part of the Markee family for over 30 years. And when they lived down in Leogane, doing some work there for 2 years, my wife and I had a chance to visit them and got a chance to know Haiti and the Haitian people and saw something there that I hadn't seen before. So Joe and Linda Markee are not only my in-laws, who I love and cherish, and have an over 30-year history of being family, but part of that relationship has been to see their just immense passion for the people of Haiti. It is part of a lot of our conversation as family. It's part of my and my family's travel to visit the people of Haiti and to share what Joe and Linda are doing down there. And for me to see when they are in country, the reception that Joe and Linda Markee have from the people of Haiti is unlike anything you've ever experienced. They are family. They are connected to the people of Haiti. Their mom, Linda, and Papa Joe, that's who they are. And their true, I feel like, their true character and their true purpose of life, as trite as that may sound, but their true vision for what they were called to be is experienced in Haiti when you watch them interact and love and just be part of the community in Terre Blanche and throughout Haiti. When Haiti Foundation of Hope was formed, part of the goal early on in creating an organization that was a nonprofit organization was to create structure, to create an organization that could be sustainable, an organization that could outlive Joe and Linda Markee, but was also organized in a way that we could be responsible as folks that are trying to fundraise, for example, and to express what the needs are for the people in Haiti to an American community who might not understand that. So we had to spend a lot of time understanding cultural differences. We had to understand the people of Haiti and how they thought, how they acted, how they made decisions from a business standpoint and a financial standpoint. And so the early years of the foundation were really trying to formalize the organization and create structure and professionalize a board where we could find and identify unique talents that could contribute to an organization. And then the middle stages, I would say, were a lot about trying to understand how to communicate with partners who are of a different culture and have a different way of looking at things. And we as Americans have a very specific mindset in terms of how we run business and how we raise money. And while we needed to be accountable to our donors and continue to need to be accountable to our donors and have sound business and financial practices, we also have to be able to bridge the gap and understand culture and understand differences that exist between Americans and Haitians. So now when we talk about succession, as Joe and Linda are transitioning out of Haiti Foundation of Hope, what I've really tried to focus on is understanding how there is this tension that exists where we need to hold and honor the founders and the founding vision and the way things were done in the early years of an organization and even before Haiti Foundation of Hope existed, to honor that tradition, to honor that heritage, while at the same time being able to embrace change, being able to embrace what the future holds, being able to understand that there are future generations being educated and trained who can take over in leadership roles. And so succession to me is that transition phase of still holding on to and being able to appreciate and recognize the past, but also being able to embrace the future and the excitement that that holds.
Okay, you're probably wondering what our role is. So we've been in a transition period for 3 years. 3 years ago, I told Delamy that we were going to transition off of the board. And he said, but you haven't trained anybody. You haven't trained people. Just like Moses. Moses had to train Joshua before he could transition out of leadership. So for the last 3 years, that's what we've been doing. We've been working together to train others to do some of the leadership responsibilities that we have had. And we've had 3 wonderful years. We've been able to teach a lot of things. We've been able to mentor. We've been able to give over responsibility. So basically, that's what we're doing right now. We're giving responsibility to the board, but we're not leaving. Relationships have been a core value of ours since we started going to Haiti. It's been part of our ministry from the very beginning. That was one of the greatest things we learned when we lived in Haiti. It's the importance of relationships. And we have relationships with the board, but we have relationships with many of you donors, and the relationships that we have with the Haitian people are just invaluable to us, wouldn't you say? Yeah, so we're not going anywhere. We're still here.